Let's dive straight in. Section 7. Eau de Note, that Parisian perfume you never want to smell. Alright folks, let me keep it real with you. Paris might be the city of love, but some parts of it smell more like the socks of lovebirds than actual romance. First stop on our nasal nightmare tour, a stinky little gem I call Eau de Note. Fancy name, huh? But trust me, when a breeze rolls through that neighborhood, your eyes will water like you're peeling onions while watching Titanic. There's something going on in that area that science still hasn't figured out. It's like a wild cocktail of expired cheese perfume, exhausted sewage, and what I swear must be a forgotten medieval corpse just hanging out somewhere under the pavement. I once saw a tourist from Texas. Poor guy was snapping a selfie in this artsy, fresco-filled alley. Suddenly, a garbage truck blasts by, full throttle. Hot trash steam hits him in the face, like a slap from Mother Nature herself. His eyes bugged out like a Looney Tunes character, and he collapsed like someone just maced him with eau de neglect. And the buildings? Gorgeous, historic. Problem is, so are the pipes. Some of these streets feel like they're directly connected to hell's garbage disposal. You hear this GGR from the drains, and then BM. Steam rises that's so thick you could write your name in it. And oh boy, if it's summer, game over. As soon as the sun hits, those French cheeses with wizard-sounding names, like Camembert, start breathing. Not just smelling, breathing. Like a sad, sweaty, heartbroken cheese that's just lying in bed, spiraling into depression. I once saw a rat stroll past a trash can, take one sniff, and immediately you turn back into the sewer like, nah bro, I'm out. Look, if even a Parisian rat says, this is too much, you better believe it's DEFCON 1 for your nostrils. The funny part? Parisians themselves are elegant AF, rocking skinny scars and holding their tiny espresso cups. But ask one of them which area smells bad, and they hit you with, "Oh non say, you say l'histoire, mon ami." Translation: it's historical, darling. The smell adds character. Okay dude, historical or not, my nose is about to quit its job. If you sit down at a sidewalk cafe here, you better bring a mask, and not one of those COVID ones. I'm talking full-on scuba gear with an oxygen tank. So if you want a truly authentic Paris experience, where your nose develops lifelong PTSD, don't miss Eau de Note. Just don't forget to grab a car air freshener on your way out. Preferably nuclear peppermint. Otherwise, the smell's riding with you all the way back to Chicago. Section 6. Cheeselandia, where the cheese is alive and breathing. Alright, listen up. If you've always thought cheese is just a cute little topping you sprinkle on pizza, Paris is about to karate chop that idea straight off your mental menu. We're stepping into a neighborhood that has some fancy French name. Sure, but I call it Cheeselandia because straight up, this place is the cheese kingdom. Every building's got a funk. Every alley smells like a dairy shop that's been locked up since the Renaissance. And the air? It's like someone slow-cooked camembert in a facial steamer. I was there early one morning. A gentle breeze rolled by, and I swear to you, I turned my head and saw one moldy cheese waving hello to another. I'm not joking. The cheeses here have relationships. They probably have a union, maybe even group therapy. And don't even try comparing this to the cheese you get from the fridge aisle at Walmart. Nah, these cheeses are aged, ancient, and honestly dangerous. Like, imagine a Gouda that went on a silent retreat in a cave and came back with psychic powers. Sniff one, and suddenly your whole childhood flashes before your eyes. There was this market stall nearby, and the vendor, beaming with pride, holds up a crusty, reeking chunk and goes, "C'est parfait." And I'm over here like, my guy, that's not parfait, that's chemical warfare. Bottom line, you better wear a mask in Cheeselandia. And no, not for COVID, for your safety. I saw a poor tourist from Ohio try a sample. One bite, and she started coughing like someone lit incense made of onion rings and old gym socks. Some sweet old French lady literally started praying for her. And here's the wild part. Some shops here sell what they call living cheese. I'm not kidding. That means the cheese is still changing, still growing. Sometimes it even makes noise. I once saw one go SSHHH, and I genuinely thought it was trying to say something. Like maybe leave me alone or help me. I'm haunted. And the smells, oh boy. It's a twisted mix where you're not sure if you're smelling cheese or feet. Like your senses just give up. Even GPS can't hang. I swear the mold is so thick it blocks satellite signals. But if you're one of those folks who shops at Whole Foods and thinks flavorless cheese is a crime against humanity, so if you're feeling brave, grab a ticket, head to this neighborhood, pick your chunk, take a deep breath at your own risk, and say, "Bonjour, Mr. Stinky. Let's be friends." Section 5. Onion Pit. Deadlier than a falafel sandwich in August. Alright y'all, strap in. We're heading into a back alley so pungent, even locals need a treasure map and a bottle of Febreze just to survive it. I give you the Onion Pit, where the air is thick with the scent of sweat, onions, and broken dreams. It's like morning fog, but if that fog was made of gym socks. I honestly don't know what happened here, but it's like someone tried to cook a pot of onion soup and just forgot it for 50 years. In a sewer, walking through this area, you don't breathe air, you battle it. It's aggressive, like it's mad you showed up. Imagine a mix between burnt onions and old frying oil, and that one falafel joint way in the back of a market, where the fan broke in 1997 and the cook's wearing a tank top in July. And the scariest part? The smell isn't consistent. It morphs, like a Pokemon of stank. One moment it's day-old falafel, the next, it's like someone filled a sauna with peeled onions and decided to boil them with a side of regret. I saw a tourist lady yank her scarf over her nose and yell, "Is this even legal?" And I was like, "Ma'am, this is a chemical attack. City approved." A Parisian old-timer once told me this pit is technically historic. Used to be an onion market or something, which, great. But even if I left a bucket of onions out for 100 years, it'd still stink. History or not, my nose still works. Bro, there's this kebab place tucked into one of the alleys, and legend has it, the meat they're grilling has been marinating since the French Revolution. The smoke from that grill drifts all the way to the Eiffel Tower, and the stench hits your soul. I passed by once, and I kid you not, a baby in a stroller looked up and said, "Mom, why are we on fire?" And let's not talk about summer in the onion pit. The sun hits those old cobblestones and Royal Era sewers, and the whole place unlocks a new level of odor. Like someone cooked falafel inside a sneaker, then stuffed it inside an onion, then deep fried that with a side of curses. But you know what? There's a weird kind of charm here. It's one of those places where you know it stinks, but you still want to explore it. Maybe because it feels real. Like this is the true Paris. Cheese, sweat, onions, and life. So if you ever want to experience urban authenticity, raw and unfiltered, swing by the onion pit, mask up, spray down, pop a few mints, and brace yourself. Because here, even the air cries. Section 4, Rat Central Park, Disney, but make it horror. Alright fam, picture this. You're chillin' in a cute little Paris park. Trees, wooden benches, lovebirds everywhere. You're just vibing with your baguette when suddenly a rat struts past you like he owns the place, winks at you, and crashes the couple's picnic next to you. If that hasn't happened to you yet, then congrats. You haven't stepped into what I call Rat Central Park. I swear I'm not exaggerating, but you see more rats here than birds. Like even the crows gave up. I saw one literally fly in, sniff the air, and just peace out like, nope, too crowded. It's like Disney World, but not the family-friendly version. The R-rated remix, where Remy from Ratatouille traded his chef hat for a pocket knife. One summer evening, I was sitting on a bench, casually munching on a chunk of baguette. Then I heard rustling. Thought it was a squirrel. But no, here comes a rat the size of a size 10 sneaker, with this look like he lives here and I'm the tourist. That's when I knew. These aren't pests anymore. These are residents. I saw one rat dragging a slice of pizza across the path, just like that viral New York meme. But the difference? This one stopped mid-run, took a bite, then kept going. Dude had zero fear. His confidence was stronger than mine at a job interview. And the smell in this park? Oh lord. It's like damp dirt mixed with leftovers and a splash of whatever that is. Take a deep breath and it feels like you're inhaling rat fur. I saw an American tourist wearing a mask, not for COVID, but because she said, "I can smell the fur." One of the local kids told me it gets worse at night. Apparently, the rats throw full-on parties. They dance, they fight, they rage. Someone even saw two rats brawling over a sandwich crust. No joke. It looked like UFC for rodents. Now sure, some folks say the rats are part of the urban ecosystem, but I'm telling you, this ain't ecosystem, this is Walking Dead, Rodent Edition. Just wait till sunset. You'll see the ground start moving. Not an earthquake, just like 50 rats on a mission to the nearest trash can, all with synchronized schedules. So yeah, Rat Central Park is where you go if you're craving a little fantasy horror in your sightseeing. Just hold onto your sandwich tight, because around here, your food ain't yours, until the rats say so. Section 3, Bonjour BO, when even sweat speaks French. Alright crew, let's clear something up real quick. Everyone thinks Paris smells like expensive perfume and freshly brewed espresso. Yeah, that's just what they tell tourists. Cause let me tell you, some parts of Paris don't just smell earthy. They straight up punch you in the nose and whisper in a thick French accent, "Bonjour, I am the body odor. So nice to meet you." Yup, you're not just dealing with BO here. You're dealing with international BO, the kind that's got a passport, a backstory, and probably a favorite brand of cheese. There's one area I like to call the sweat circus, because honestly, it's like a live performance. Step into the metro, and it's a full-blown sensory concert. One guy smells like Vicks, another like sauna wood, another like onions wrapped in disappointment. One dude smelled like a wet basement full of books. Like, you okay bro? I once hopped on Metro Line 13. This dude walks in wearing a leather jacket, a scarf, and the kind of confidence you usually only see in shampoo commercials. It was hot. He sat down next to me, and before he even touched the seat, his sweat hit me like, "Je suis le roi de l'odeur." Translation: I am the king of smell. And I was now a humble servant until the next stop. And here's the kicker, deodorant? It's not that they don't have it. It's just, they don't believe in it. It's like a philosophical stance. Like, if it's not natural, why bother? Okay, Pierre, but my nose is natural too, and it would like to continue existing without second-degree burns. Thanks. Now imagine it's summer, 95 degrees, no AC in the metro, and a crowd the size of a Taylor Swift concert. You don't walk in, you dive headfirst into a bubbling human soup. I heard a tourist crying beside me, not because it was beautiful, but because it was beautiful. A Parisian once told me, we were perfume not to hide the smell, but to enhance it. Bro, that's not a quote, that's a warning label. But hey, I gotta respect the honesty. Parisians? They are who they are. They don't try to mask it, literally. That armpit funk, it's part of their identity. Like saying, this is me, baby, but with scent. So yeah, if you're gonna do Paris like a local, don't skip the sweaty neighborhoods. That's where Paris really breathes, though maybe not through the nose. Section 2, Seine or Stank, your nose, your choice. Alright y'all, let's talk postcards. You know the ones. Sunset over the Seine, a tiny boat gliding by, two lovers sipping wine and staring into each other's souls. Yeah, what those postcards don't show you is the smell rising off that water like it's trying to pick a fight with your face. I don't know what's happened over the years, but some days when you're walking by the Seine, it's not like you're next to a river, it's like you're next to a bubbling brew of sewage, algae, and bad camp memories. One evening I was strolling by, just chillin', when a light breeze picked up and hit me right in the nostrils. And bro, it was like someone blended onion, fish, and burnt rubber into a smoothie and threw it in my face. My eyes burned. There was this little old tourist lady next to me who took a deep breath and went, oh la la. And I was like, girl, that second law was pain, not passion. From far away, gorgeous. Up close, plot twist. Especially when the water level drops. Because that's when all the river secrets rise up. Stuff like a rusty bicycle, a lone handbag, a single shoe, and something I'm still not sure was seaweed or an alien life form. And if it's hot out, that stagnant water starts cooking like a crockpot full of regrets. It turns into toxic soup. Imagine if someone carefully curated a scent profile combining 3-day trash, dead fish, and soggy plastic, then said, welcome to Paris. But for your nose. There's a river cruise called Bateau Mouche that's supposed to be romantic. But let me tell you, halfway through the ride, the stench kicks in, and suddenly it's less loved boat and more haunted river, odor edition. I saw a couple trying to take a cute selfie. Just as the smell hit, the phone slipped out of their hands and into the water, and they just looked at each other like, nope, it's gone, forever. Even the pigeons avoid certain spots. I saw one come in for a landing, catch a whiff, freeze midair, and immediately divert course toward the cathedral like it needed to confess something. But still, the Seine is part of Paris, for better or worse. With its sketchy smells, its underwater junkyard, and that weird mist that you're never quite sure is fog or rising garbage vapor. So if one day you're walking along and you say, wow, what a beautiful view, just make sure your nose agrees, cause it might be whispering back, Seine? Nah, that's the river of regret. Section 1. The neighborhood that even Google Maps can smell. Okay folks, here's a question. Have you ever been somewhere so messed up, so funky, that even Google Maps just gave up? Well, I have. I went to a neighborhood in Paris where, I kid you not, as soon as I arrived, Maps stopped loading. Not because of bad signal. Oh no, baby. The air had vibes, and the signal said I'm outta here. I won't name the place. I'm not trying to beef with the French government, but among the locals, it's known as Dead Zone du Pif, which roughly translates to, the nose can't handle this. At first glance, it looks cute. Adorable cobblestone alleys, old school buildings, a little bike leaning against a wall. It's like a postcard from a French indie film. But then, a light breeze comes in, and boom, smells like someone waved a bath towel that's been marinating in armpits for 2 weeks right into your face. That's when it hits you. This ain't no temporary smell. This smell lives here, pays rent, has roots. I saw a Japanese tourist taking photos. She took one deep breath and straight up dropped her camera, clutched her chest and whispered, which, as far as I could tell, means, this is the scent of death. There's a narrow alley locals call Terre Street, because everyone who walks through it starts crying. Not from nostalgia, not from beauty, just raw, unfiltered olfactory pain. I went through it myself, tears streaming down. This Parisian lady next to me goes, Trace authentique, non? And I was like, yeah, real authentic. Reality just slapped my nostrils. There's an herbal shop on one corner. Sounds cute, right? Nope. The smell is a cocktail of garlic, gym socks, blue cheese, and what I can only assume is weaponized mustard gas. You feel your face peeling, but somehow, you're still smiling through the burn. Even Google Maps glitches here. You hit directions, and it just says loading, forever. You know it's bad when the satellites are like, nah, we good. An Uber driver told me anytime a trip takes him through that area, he pulls over, gets out, sprays his own nose, and then drives the passenger. He said once, a woman in the back literally begged, "Let me out. I don't want to arrive. I want to survive. This place, tourists don't come. Locals don't linger. But if you want a story, something to tell your grandkids one day like, hey, I went somewhere so smelly even Google bailed, then yeah, you gotta go. Just one tip, don't press your nose to the shop windows. The smell goes through the glass.